My first vacation of this year is just around the corner, and I was planning and budgeting for it last week when I was sick, and I was looking at all the cool places I wanted to go to, and I was trying to see like what it would cost. I was looking at Airbnbs and everything, and then I thought, you know what, in order to save up for that holiday, maybe I could do a no-spend month. And that's exactly what I decided. So I will do a no-spend month from the 22nd of March, which was a couple of days ago, to the 21st of April, because on the 22nd I will be flying on my vacation. In this video, I will share with you what my specific rules are, how I plan to stay motivated, and I will share some tips and tricks with you on how you can make a no-spend season or a low-buy period possible and also very successful. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Rebecca, and on my channel I talk about personal finance, things like how to start investing, how to avoid money mistakes, but I also like to sprinkle in some videos about like overconsumption, decluttering, living a more simpler and intentional life. So if these are topics that are interesting to you, then check out my channel, the other videos I've made, or subscribe. And now let's get on with the video. So let's start out with talking about the why. If you don't have a why, if you don't have a strong reason why you want to do the challenge, it will be very difficult to stay consistent and be successful. There are a couple of reasons or goals that you can have in mind. Of course, you can try to save money. That's what I'm doing, so that when I'm on the vacation, I can actually spend more freely and without guilt. Of course, you could also use that money that you saved not to spend on a vacation, but to pay off your debt, for example. Or you can reevaluate your spending habits and break negative patterns that you have. Maybe your spending habits are very automatic, and with a no spend or a low spend challenge, you can actually break them. So these are simultaneously the benefits that you will get out of a no spend. You will obviously have more money that you didn't spend on unnecessary stuff, and you will also benefit a lot from improving your spending habits. And the third thing is you will actually learn that what you have is enough, and you don't necessarily always need to get something new. You can also just make do with the things that you already have. So once you've found your why, you can now start thinking about how long you want to do the challenge for and what rules you want to set for yourself. For me, I wanted to do a month because it was almost exactly 1 month until my vacation, and a month is not too long or too difficult in my opinion. If it was longer, I would probably rather do a low buy again and not a no buy. That's what I did last year in 2022. That was my low buy year. And then for the rules, you can have the common idea of the no buy or low buy challenge in mind, and then you can adapt it to your own needs. So a no buy is usually a period of time where you don't buy anything that's not essential. And a low buy would be that you do buy in the categories that are non-essential, but you set a limit for yourself, a limit either in amount of euros or dollars spent or in the number of items you want to get. So it is not as strict as a no buy. For my no buy, I decided to set the following rules. I would have my essentials that I can spend freely on, which is my rent, my bills like my phone bill, internet bill, and I also want to spend freely on my groceries. What I'm not allowed to buy are things like new shoes, new clothing, new skincare, new makeup, or new home decor things. So these are the items that are not really essential because I do have a wardrobe full of clothes. I have makeup, I have skincare. There's no need to actually get anything new in this month. A category I had to think about a little bit was restaurants and food that I just buy outside of the house. I don't really go to restaurants that often, and I also don't get a lot of takeaway. But what I do get are snacks or food from my lunch break at work. So I decided that I would not limit this category completely. I would have some exceptions because I was planning on going to this specific Chinese restaurant, very authentic Chinese restaurant in Frankfurt with my sister when she comes visit me. And I think she will come in the 30 days that I'm doing the challenge. So I still want to be able to go with her because it was planned for a long time. The second exception are my lunch breaks at work. I only go into the office twice a week, and the rest of the week I'm working from home. So for these times that I'm going into the office, I'm allowed to have my usual lunch there. It's so much cheaper than actually bringing my own lunch from home. It's under 2 euros, under $2. So I will still do that, but I'm trying to really limit my usual like snacks or food on the go. And I think this way I can still save a lot of money in this category. There's one more thing I almost forgot to mention, and that is that I'm going to France on a longer weekend trip. I was planning this before I even thought about doing the no spend, so I will still do it. Then I was thinking it won't make such a big difference because I only have my Airbnb and the flights. And apart from that, I won't be getting anything. So the no buy still stands there. I'm not allowed to get clothes. I'm not allowed to get any more skincare, but I am allowed to go to restaurants there. I'm usually a person, especially on these shorter weekend getaways, I'm very cheap. I try to only get what's really necessary. Always try to look for good deals, try to spend as little money as possible. So I think that will not really be an issue. How do you keep yourself motivated through a challenge like this? First of all, I wanted to keep myself accountable and also track my progress, so I started to make this list to be able to check off every day that I had already been successful. If you don't want to make a list on your own, then just go over to Pinterest. There are many free printables that you can choose from. Secondly, try to stay motivated by having your goal fresh in mind. So for me, I will probably plan a lot for the vacation. I will daydream about the vacation when I'm trying to avoid buying something. So this way, it will be very fresh in my mind why I'm doing this challenge and why it's so much better to not buy the specific thing and actually save up for the vacation instead. If you're using this challenge to mainly pay off your debt, then you want to track that as well. So track how much money you're putting towards paying off your debt, how far you've already come, and maybe you want to do weekly updates on that. Or if you're doing this challenge to establish more intentional spending habits, then try to watch and read a lot of content on this, on like intentional living, on spending more mindfully, on decluttering, living more minimally. This way you will feel reinforced that this is really the way you want to go. Hi there, editing me here. I just wanted to give you guys an update because it has been a week now and I wanted to let you know what I spent in this week. So let me go check my app. So I did go and get some groceries. This was very cheap, but I think that next week I will need to go for a big grocery run. Then I also had an office day and spent €1.50 on the lunch that I told you guys about. And I also got some cleaning supplies for the house, €7.50 that I ran out of. Apart from these items, my app tells me that I had 2 more purchases that weren't even necessities, so let me tell you guys about it. The first one were gifts for my nephews, and to be honest, I didn't even think about the category gifts when I was starting this challenge, so let this be a reminder for you guys. The next item that I got were flowers, and I know I said I wouldn't get any decor items, and flowers for me are decor items. But hear me out. So we do have these 2 flower pots in front of the house, and since October, the entire winter, they have been very brown and dry and disgusting and boring. In the spring, I always purchase new flowers to put in there to make it look nice, and then we have flowers throughout the summer. So I went yesterday and got some flowers, but I decided to go with the ones that were on sale, so I ended up paying only €7.08 on these 4 beautiful flowers that I will plant in these 2 flower pots. So I was cost conscious about it, saved a lot of money, and still allowed myself to get something that I get every spring. I spent a total of €32.64 this week, which is very cheap. I'm very happy about it. I think it will be a little bit more the upcoming weeks for groceries and stuff like that. I'll try to keep it at a minimum, and only 3 more weeks to go. Let me know in the comments down below whether you're thinking about doing a no spend or a low spend as well this spring. I would really love to hear from you. This way we can also stay motivated and know that we're not alone in this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate every single one of you. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video.